Okay.
Today I'm going to talk to you about smoking. Having been around people who smoke all my life, I've come to my conclusions. Smoking is bad. Outside of the fact that I do not, nor will I ever smoke, that I absolutely detest the smell of cigarettes, there are other more valid reasons not to smoke. The most obvious perks are living a healthier life and not having to deal with the aroma that follows. There are more reasons. I did some research on the internet and found some interesting facts about cigarettes and smoking. But first, a history lesson. Tobacco has been in the Americas since before the Anglo-Saxon landed on Plymouth Rock. Ancient Mayan Indians painted in the New Mexico regions show pictorial descriptions of tobacco use dated back to somewhere between 600 and 900 AD. The Native Americans would not only smoke tobacco on special occasions or during ceremonies, they did not smoke every day. Tobacco became the first cash crop in America in the settlement of Jamestown, Virginia in 1612. It became the settlers' main source of money, including corn, cotton, wheat, sugar, and soybeans. Tobacco helped fund the American Revolution and was also grown by George Washington. By the 1800s, many people had begun to use small amounts of tobacco, either by chewing it or smoking it in a pipe or in a hand-rolled cigarette or cigar. On average, people of the 1800s smoked less than 40 cigarettes a year. Cigarettes first became commercialized in 1865 by Washington Duke as he began to sell cigarettes to soldiers at the end of the Civil War from his 300-acre plantation located in Raleigh, North Carolina. It wasn't until the first cigarette rolling machine was invented in 1881 by James Bosnick that smoking started to become widespread. Bosnick's cigarette machine could produce 120,000 cigarettes a day. Bosnick went into business with Washington Duke's son, James, in approximately 1885 and produced 10 million cigarettes their first year. 5 years later, they manufactured approximately 1 billion cigarettes, which is approximately 40% of the American cigarette market. The first brand was packaged with baseball cards and was called Dukes of Durham. James and Washington Duke started the first American cigarette company and named it the American Tobacco Company. Between 1890, when the Dukes first entered the tobacco market, to James's timely death in 1925, the Dukes endured a lot of legal hardships, mostly over their growing monopoly in the cigarette market, accomplished a lot of philanthropic work, including a huge estate donation to the Trinity College, which is known today as Duke University, and the creation of an electric conglomerate that dominated the industrial business sector of North and South Carolina during the early 1900s. Tobacco is described as a green leafy plant that is grown in warm climates. Farmers use many different chemicals to grow their plants, including fertilizer for the soil and insecticides for the bugs. After the plants are harvested, they are dried and sent through various machines to grind up the leaves into tobacco for cigarettes, cigars, and pipes. Artificial flavoring and other chemicals are then placed in the tobacco, some of which are meant to keep the tobacco burning, otherwise it would self-extinguish. Tobacco's users unknowingly put 4,000 foreign chemicals into their body every time they light a cigarette, 51 of which are known carcinogens. According to the InfoResearchableLab.com, smoking attributes to more than 5.4 million deaths a year globally. Of the 5.4 million deaths, China claims 1.2 million smokers each year. That's 2,000 people per day. There are approximately 440,000 deaths just here in the United States, 50,000 of which are caused due to secondhand smoke. Experts estimate that there is 1.3 billion smokers worldwide, and if smoking trends continue, 6.5 million people are estimated to perish in 2015 from smoking-related illnesses and staggering 8.3 million people in 2030. Smokers die an average of 15 years sooner than non-smokers. There are many forms of cancer that are associated with individuals that smoke. The different forms of cancer include breast, lung, larynx, stomach, prostate, kidney, leukemia, and there's others to mention. In all forms of cancer, the cells keep dividing, forming new abnormal cells that are neither healthy nor normal. According to Dr. Joel Dunnington in his May issue of 93 Tobacco Almanac, the types of chemicals in cigarettes are: there's carbon monoxide, which is similar to that of the exhaust of the car; nicotine, which can be found in bug sprays; there's tar, which is similar to that used on our roadways; arsenic, which is used in the production of rat poisons; ammonia, which is found in household cleaning products; hydrogen cyanide, which is used in the gas chamber on death row; cyanide, which is a deadly poison; acetone, which is what you'd find in like your nail polish remover; butane, which is what's found in like disposable lighters; DDT, which is a lethal insecticide; formaldehyde is what they use to embalm bodies; sulfuric acid is what is used, same thing that's used in your car batteries; Freon, which is used like in air conditioning systems; Juranic acid, which is used as a fragrance; methoprene, which is another pesticide; and maltolol, which is a sweetener that is not permitted to be used on foods within the United States. Based on the facts provided, including the rising death toll that cigarettes takes on the world's population, and the fact that it includes all these harmful ingredients, it should make people think twice about lighting another cigarette. For me, based on the facts, circumference with personal experiences throughout my professional and personal career, is one reason I've never started smoking.